to Avant free on the FTOG server. In the last episode, we set up the wall spawner that you see behind me. I've done a little bit of work on the build since then, but unfortunately I'm having a small crashy problem. So won't be doing any more of that until I can fix the problem. So, in this episode, I thought we'd cover off something that I've been saying I have to do. And back in episode 3, I think it was, I thought I'd sorted it. Well, then we had that problem. Now gotta sort it again. So, let's get started. Okay, so we're back at the base here. And of course, what I'm planning on doing is replacing all of these guys here with refined storage, which is a mod that's recently been added to the pack. And it works, from what I've seen, a little bit like AE1, for those people who are around long enough to actually understand how that worked. And should be really good end game stuff. Now, they have also released AE2, however it's written by a different mod author and is apparently quite buggy, but we were discussing adding it to the pack, so either one of these will work. And I think having both of them is a good choice, because then if you want to have the cool features that came with the second iteration, such as channels and sub networks, then you can, or you can just go down the really basic option from A1 with just a single channel which connects everywhere around. So first thing we'll do is we need to actually collect up some resources. So let's do that. So to do that, the first thing we need to make is a controller, which is this guy here. Requires some quartz enriched iron, which is just some iron ingots and some nether quartz. So let's add those in. Iron ingots and quartz. And we also need some silicone, which it looks like it has its own version. Plus you can use Ender IO. So, okay, so it's just nether quartz in there, lots of quartz, diamond, and a machine casing, which is just some more of that. So we need 9 of those, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we need a lot of iron, although it makes 4, so not quite. But we'll click it all out anyway. We hit Z to highlight them. So we're looking for... Now, we were making the controller, which is this guy. I need to make this first. We'll just make a few... Oh, that wasn't quite what I wanted. Where'd that controller go? So make the controller. I don't need a lot of it, but we'll probably need a lot more later on, because as I'm sure anybody's played with A before, it does require quite a bit to do things, so we'll get rid of that though. We then need to make the controller one of these guys. That there, and I forgot the diamond. Okay, that's fine. I'm sure I can find a diamond somewhere. There's some diamond essence. Pretty sure I got something that actually might be in here. Diamonds. As you can see, this is the reason why I need to sort my inventory out. Let's grab a single diamond for now. And we'll make the controller. Now, this is from what I understand, this is the first item you need. You can't do anything else without it. So we place that on there, makes us a controller. And we will place it probably down here somewhere. So let's just make a hole in here. And we'll place, I don't know, it requires power, which might be an issue by itself actually. Let's just see, oops, lost it. Let's put it here, because that actually has power. Right there. And as you can see, once it got power, it looks like the old, like the AE2 controllers. I don't know if you can make them to a massive block though. I don't think you need any more than one. You've also got the ability to have cables. Bit of glass, some more of the enriched iron stuff, and some redstone will give you 12 cables, which we'll probably need to make. So let me just unload some of that. This one. Okay, can use standard glass. Cool. Make one of the 12 of those. And then that lets us go down to here and place our cabling in, which I'll have to actually route that around somehow. So let me come back to that in a moment. Next thing we need is the equivalent of an inscriber. Let's get rid of all this stuff for now. So the inscriber is the solderer, which is down here. It needs to be connected with a controller by placing it adjacent to it or by connecting it with cable. So not too difficult to make, just a couple of sticky pistons and some more of that stuff. I don't think I've any sticking pistons. So let's grab some stickies. Once again, let's look for sticky. Z. Okay. And we'll do an exchange for a redstone torch. Turn that off as well. Go into here, and we were making the solderer, which we'll just make one of them for now. And there are some cool auto crafting possibilities for this, but for now we'll just put it down. Oops. Let's just put it down here over here for now. I'll come back and use that. There's a slab. Yes. Cool. So I'll put that there. I don't know if it's got a fancy interface. Should we have a look? So in here, this is basically the same as an inscriber. You can put your upgrades and the rest other things in there, and it has redstone mode, so you can turn it on and off. I don't really understand why you do that. Now, of course, that's the basic network. Not overly helpful, because, of course, you're looking at just a controller, which you can right click on here. It tells you how much it's using. So this is free refined storage per tick. It does take EU, Tesla, RF, all those types of things. So I suppose converting it to RS, nah, I don't know. However, so we've got a few options we could do now, right? We've got these guys here, which I don't really want to leave here. And in theory, I could connect them up using the external storage option, which is just like a storage bus. Not too difficult. You're looking at a couple of chests, a destruction core, which is a basic processor, which of course is your recipe for your solderer, and a piece of nether quartz, and a construction. You've got one of those as well, which is a piece of glowstone. Yep. And an improved. Okay. And some cable and some other stuff. But because I don't want to leave these here, as much as I like them in the middle of nowhere, just sitting there doing absolutely nothing, I would probably prefer to make a drive or a storage block. So you do have these storage blocks, which allow you to store 1K, 8K, 16K, or no, it's actually 4K, sorry, or 64K. And they're a little bit different to the way that AE normally works, in that you have to have a drive and you put your disks in it. You can of course have the blocks much like we had for the ezStorage. Or we can make a storage disk, so you get 1K, 4K, 16K, and so on and so forth. Which is just getting more complex in how and what you're making. And if we look at the other thing, of course, we'd need for that is the old ME drives, which I think are reasonably the same name, disk drive. So you're looking at an advanced processor, oak chest, and a machine casing. So we've made the machine casing. We're going to make one of those. So let's just, oops, there's already in where I need to be there for that. I need to empty my inventory because I'm getting a little too much stuff here, I think, at the moment. Let's just go into here. No, running out of space now. And probably what I'll do by the end of this episode is I'll have most of this actually going into the directly in importing into the new system. But if we go into here, we take this guy out. We are trying to make the drive, which was this guy, which is an advanced processor. So we need an advanced chip, which is diamond. Now I found some diamonds before. Can you remember where they were? Yes, we can. They're out. Cool. And we stick diamond in here. In fact, we'll put 7 of them there because that will give us 7 advanced processors. Because I'm sure we're going to need them. If it's anything like normal AE. Need the machine casing, advanced processor, redstone, and printed silicone, which is once again things. So we need some redstone. Got some redstone there. Silicone. Did I grab some silicone? Did. Oh, that's extremely slow. We can, of course, add upgrades if we need to. We can add some upgrades, which aren't really that difficult to make. You need an improved processor, so a little bit more work than that. Okay, well that's fine. We'll sit here and wait. Or we could just make a whole bunch of these and then do some form of integrated dynamics setup to automate it all. Maybe for another episode though. So that gives us enough of those. Let's just stop that. We don't need any more. Now we're making the disk drive. Advanced processor, we need the silicone. That's what I was trying to make. So make 6 of those. Probably more than that. Let's double up on that. In fact, let's not do that. Let's take that guy out. And then we also need some redstone to go there. One of these guys. And where was the other guy there? So once again, very similar recipe to AE. And we'll take it up while waiting. And then what I'll do is once this is made up, I'll put these silicones in there so that they craft up while we're doing other stuff. Put that into there and put those into there. So disk drive again. Right, so we need a machine casing. Did say we'd need a lot of those, so I made a few. Put that around there like that. Cool. And then of course we're going to take this guy out. But what we were making, we need a chest as well. Do I have a chest on me? I do not. So we need some wood. Probably a little more wood than that. And I need some inventory space. It's always helpful as well. So let's go to those. Put those into there to make some wood. And into here. Like that. And of course, oh look, let's finish that. Cool. So put that into there. We need to put the advanced processor, was it? And machine casing. Cool. So that's making that. So that will make us the disk drive. Next thing we need, as I said, is as it says, odd. It's still going. Let's go for a 4K. That's what's required in 4K. There's the storage. So they require 1K. So let's just start with 1K for now. We need some glass, some more silicone. I think we've got enough for all that, don't we? Let's go into here. 1K. We need the port first. And we're missing a single silicone. Single silicone? I think there's clay over here. I'm so unorganized though, that of course, as you can see, that I end up having stuff everywhere. We'll place that into the sag mill. There. Ooh, sulfur. I don't know what I'm going to do with sulfur. We'll stick it in there. 8 of those. That'll be fine. So we've got that going. And we're making the 1K storage port. One of those. Like that. Now, can we make casing and things? I don't see those. Storage housings. Okay. And what can we use them for? Okay. Cool. And let's just double check we can convert the other way. Does users not work on a storage disk? Wow. Unlike AE, you can't convert back. That's a shame. Oh well. Let's do 1K anyway. And is it quite clear? Just glass. It must just be, yeah, just glass because it's got green there. So let's have a look. Maybe more glass around. Let's add glass into here to make it faster. White stained glass, light grey. That was it. Oh, turn it off as well. And we'll go back over here. We find what we're looking for, which is this guy. Place that there. That makes us 1K. So that's a. So cool thing about this one here, and it's slightly different, is that when we put down the drive, which I haven't actually taken out yet. What else can I make? Let's put some of those in there. When we put down the drive, I'll put it there for now. Is it? Ooh, look at that. Ooh. So we can put that into there. So you can see it takes 1,000 items and it's got priorities like the old system. The problem is that I don't have a way of getting any items out. We need to actually make something to do that. So let's have a look. What have we got from taking items out? We've got the grid. We've got a crafting grid. Takes a grid. Fluid pattern grid. Let's do the grid, which is just another machine casing. We need to make some of these guys. Glowstone basics. Basics are printed basic iron. Okay. I don't think I made the iron yet. Take that out. I put the iron away, didn't I? Where did I put that iron? Was it in here? Oh no, I've got heaps in here. So let's get some of those. Etc. Once again, I think I'll just make a whole bunch of it. Because it will be required later on. We're playing some hold music right now. And so we made that go. We're making the grid, which is the terminal. So once we got that, so we got 8 of those, and we are making the grid. Just in case, synchrone. We need the glowstone basic processor, printed silicone. Okay. That's a bit of a gotcha right there. Let's take that out for now. One of the cool things, of course, is unlike AE, you can stack these, which is nice. What's involved in one of those speed upgrades again? Sugar? I've got sugar. Upgrade. Improved processor, which requires gold. Okay. Maybe I should make one of those before I make. I got any gold. I haven't got sugar on me. Can I get rid of that guy? No. Most of that stuff is in there. No. There we go. So I need some gold. Just a couple of pieces of gold should be enough. And we stick it into here. That's going really fast. And voila, cool. So it takes two of those. And it does have one of those safety mechanisms, which means you can't place them in there without having the correct stuff. And then 2 of those, so it makes it 2 advanced. For the speed upgrades, was it? I was looking at. upgrade, some glass. Yeah, so we're going to need a lot more of the enriched iron. But if we put that over to here, I've still got glass on me, so we need to make the upgrade first, which is that one. We might make. Oh, do they not stack? Yes, they do. What's not stacking? Ah, I don't have enough quartz. That's fine. Let's put some more of those into there. We'll take that guy out. And then I don't know what I'm going to do about that, so that was a bit silly. Yeah, okay. Let's solder that guy up anyway. So sugar. One of these guys. No, not one of those guys. What have I done wrong? No, sorry. It's sugar. The upgrade. And some redstone. I'll wait for that. I'm just going to empty my inventory out because there's still more stuff in here I can get rid of. And that's made one speed, so we'll put that up to there. And we were trying to make the grid, right? Take that out for a second. Printed. Did I run the basics? No, there we go. Basic. Couple of it. Let's go. Let's just print all those up. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And some redstone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take that out. Slightly faster, but still not speedy as, but it's not too bad. Oh, there's one there I can take out. Take that out. Stick that into here. 1, 2 with some glowstone. Gives it a construction core, and the other one was with nether quartz to make the destruction core. And then grid. What are we left with? We need another improved and another machine casing. Okay. This here is probably finished. Yes, it has. Grid. Improved. Definitely need to automate this a little bit better, so printed improved. I don't think I need those separately, do I? Let's just leave one out. Oh, yeah, let's leave one out for now. And 2 of those, because I've only got 2 left anyway. And if we go into here, make grid. That's right, I need to make some more of these, don't I? So, this is iron. I've got iron. Iron. 64 iron. That'll be enough. So, grid. That guy. That guy. That guy. Probably require more than that. Make some more. And just make a whole bunch of it. Boing, 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 boing. 26. Yeah, that'll be perfect for now, I'm sure. And I say that in about 2 minutes time, I'm going to go, I need more of that. But that's fine. Grid. Like that. Awesome. And then to make a crafting grid, we put a crafting table and an advanced processor, which is a diamond and some more silicone. Okay. So yeah, before we put that down, let's just check to see what it looks like. I'll put it down on top of this guy. Look at that. Awesome. So let's dump that in there. It doesn't tell you how much space is taken up there, but you can search. So yeah, as I said, it's very much like AE. Let's see, does it say how much is taken up? So it's now taking up 1 of 1,000. And now my understanding is that unlike AE though, with AE it's each one of these is a type. So you might have 1K, but it's actually 64 types of items. Whereas here, it's a bit more like ezStorage, where it's just one slot. So if you have 1,000 cobblestone, it'll take up 1,000 slots. If you have 1,000 different armor types, it's still only storing 1,000. And I don't believe there's a limit on how many you can store in here, which is quite cool. And we'll make this a lot cooler than other mods. So what we're going to do now, though, is of course we're going to take this out and place into here our diamond, which I've already made, so let's not do that. Now I need some silicone, don't I? So silicone, I just craft all that up. Two. Cool. And we will then stick that into there with some redstone. Let's not make too many of them. Just realized I don't need that many. And our advanced processor. And I might make another couple of these off camera. So let's go up here. There's our advanced processor, and that was so we could make the crafting grid, and a crafting table. Do I have a crafting table? I don't think I've got a spare crafting table. There's a piston. No, it doesn't look like it, but that's fine. Doesn't take much to make a crafting table. Minecraft 101. The extra piece of wood there's interesting. Is it actually there? No. Just a bit of a weird lag on the server for some reason. So we place that into here. Like that. The advanced, no, and this guy. I'm hoping this will let me do what I want to do. Otherwise I'll have to make another one of these. Come on. Here we go. Doing crafting grid. Place it there. Yes! And look at that, the wrench is still there. Nice. And now we can craft things. So what I'm actually going to do is take that out. And there's nothing in here, so I'll take that out. And we'll place that there. Now I wonder if I can automate this. What's it look like? Oh, it doesn't show that it's got stuff in it. That's a bit of a shame. Not a major problem though. Let's put the slab back though. So what I'm going to do off camera, of course, is make some more of these storage drives up and get that all working. So we've got a lot of storage, but for now we can store 1,000 items, which is cool. Next thing I want to do is, obviously, as I said, we've got these guys here, which I could make the external storage to be able to store them. However, what I'm going to do is let's make a import bus. Is it? They call import or importals? Import. There we go. Okay, so it's an improved, which is our gold one, and a destruction. Which apparently, no, see, it's got the same issue that ezStorage had with the let's place stuff on there we don't want. If I do that though, does it remember it? Oh, it does. Cool. Let's go. So importer, we're making destruction. One of those. And it takes down my inventory as well, which is even cooler. Let's make one of those. Importer. And we made some cables before. Where did those cables go? Didn't we? Yes, cable there. Put that up there. We'll run down here. Now, if one of the things about actually additions crates is you can move them. You can get a little charm thing that goes in and lets you move them once. But we don't need to do that. Let's just move it. Let's not do it down there. Let's just connect up some cables. So one like that. Temporarily go across like that. Just connect up the grid. Yes, we can. Place the importer there. And watch as the server crashes. Yes? Oh. Take up a whole log. Does it? Did I do that wrong? There we go. Gotta right click on the block, not the cable. So, let's have a look in here. And it's taking stuff out. Look at that. Cool. I really should get rid of these golden swords and stuff. They are a bit of a waste of time having, but it is pulling stuff in pretty slowly. It does support speeds though, so let's take the speed out of here for now. And stick it over here. And is it going faster? That's going a bit faster. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for this to finish, and once it's done I'll come back and I'll show you how far it's got. Okay, so that's 1,000 of 1,000. Lots and lots of items will be pulled into here, as you can see. And if we go over to here, it's pulled out a lot of the top pieces of chest. Now, of course, some of these were single items, so it's not really good indication of how many items are in there. But as you can tell, it's still 1,000 items rather than 1,000 unique items. So my plan now, of course, is to add in some extra discs. I might actually add some 16Ks. Is it 16Ks? 4Ks? 16Ks? 16Ks probably. Which is just, once again, a little bit harder to make, but not too much. Just progressively in the amount of stuff you can have. Not a problem. And then I will finish off moving all these guys, take them out. And I'll probably even take out the player interface because we're not using that currently. Or I might move it because it doesn't need to be here anymore. And return the base back to its former glory of actually having a big white spot here. Wait. I need to do something with this space. It's getting a bit lonely. Just big white area. Got any suggestions on what to do? Like I got the FTOG logo with the H over here. Any suggestions on what I could do with the floor or what else I could put here? Let me know. I'm really curious what people think. Okay, so I think I'll end the episode here. And in a future episode, we'll probably look at doing some autocrafting and other stuff to do with refined storage, because it looks like a very powerful little mod, and it will make things so much quicker and easier. However, for now, if you've enjoyed the video or learned anything from it, please do hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, have a look around, and if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to go check out the other YouTubers on the server. But otherwise, have a great day, and see ya! And destruction. It's basically nether quartz. And I have run out of nether quartz. Did I put that away? Or do I have to actually go get more quartz? Quartz. Surely I haven't. Oh, there it is.